Welcome everyone, Rick Beato here. Bass Clef Derreck here with Marcus Stone of Stone Studios. In case you guys don't know who Marcus is, he mixes and masters all my stuff. He is also all the Awakening the Revenant stuff and is the bass player in Awakening the Revenant.
I've also done the Beatles.
Yeah.
I've
Beatles,
done
Lamb of God,
Ariana Grande.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's go pop.
Yeah, a lot.
So today we're going to go behind the mix of
Behind the scenes
of Lie to Me, which is off of my EP that comes out tomorrow if you're watching this on the 16th. Off my EP, Mighty Lies. So I'm probably going to start this off with, because I don't know what Marcus did to any of this, really.
I don't either. This is going to be new for me, too.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and just tell everybody how I did this. So Marcus does...
Also, while you're doing that, this is like a mess. I'm literally...
Yeah, clean it up.
I literally opened this for the first time since I got done with it, so I'm going to just like kind of...
Yeah, clean it up.
Clean some stuff up.
I'll tell the people how I did all this. So Marcus puts drum parts to all my stuff. I'll usually write drum parts or give him ideas, and he'll finagle them and make them sound a lot better, right? On top of that, I let Marcus do anything and everything. So, like, I send him a demo, and I'm like, hey, do whatever you need to do, and then he'll send it back to me, see if I like it, and I'll give him yes or no, blah, 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 blah. Usually, I don't give him much feedback other than, this is awesome, because having a different pair of ears allows you to hear it in a different way for the first time. Instead of getting stuck with you hearing the demo, you can only hear it in one version of the song, and then you get attached to it. So in this particular song, highly, highly inspired by Tool and Opeth, I did a different kind of vocal technique on this, but also with the vocals, there's actually 3 protagonists in this song. So the whisper vocal and the chorus is actually one person, and then all the verses, the super heavy verses, are another person, and then towards the end is when the third person comes in there. And I sent Marcus a bunch of different experimental vocal tracks with that, and told him to do whatever he needed to with those to make it, different, sound good, whatever. I did some different weird stuff. I don't think I personally hear that much on the EP, but like I said, I did not tell Marcus keep that in there or anything like that. So that's the way I do it. And then the vocal tracks, is layered. So there's a bunch of different vocal tracks. The bass track, I don't know what Marcus does with the bass track, honestly. I send him the DI, I send him a demo, and then, with tones and that kind of thing, and then let him do whatever he needs to do. I did tell him that the drums I would like very Tool-esque, but I think... I think that's where Marcus comes in there, and I guess we just start in the intro at the beginning of this song.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, how do you want to
let's just
break it down?
Let's just go there, because really it's just a bass intro in the beginning. Then tell me what you did here, Marcus. What effects you have on it, or
do we want to just play each little section?
Yeah, let's play the intro and hear it.
We won't get copyright struck, will we?
Yeah, we might. It probably sounds too much like Tool. So I normally play with fingers, but this is with a pick. So go ahead and pause it. So already in the beginning there, not only do you hear the bass part, but you hear like this hyena kind of thing. So where'd you get the idea for that, Marcus?
Well, you sometimes laugh like a hyena. And I wanted, so the bass part that's like the most prominent thing that you hear. So it's just this little, like, droning thing.
How many tracks is on there right now?
Looks like there's 3 going throughout the whole track.
Oh, okay.
The DI is up here just for a reference. I think it's like split up a little bit, and I don't know if I like reamped it or, I don't know, I did something to it. Maybe...
With the DI?
Yeah, because this looks a little different. I don't know. I can't remember if I like ran. I may have like ran it through like a pedal or something.
Okay.
Like a compressor, like because this clearly looks different than your OG right here.
That is
like
true.
that looks different than that. So I bet. Oh, I see what I did. Okay, so that's the OG. Oops, that track on top. That's your DI.
Right.
And I added some like, oh god, all these are gonna open up in the other thing. I added some top end, took away some crud in the mids.
Is that just a preamp we're looking at there?
It's like a EQ.
Oh, okay.
I guess there was like a weird whistling thing right here.
Oh, okay.
There's some compression on it. Yeah, so we're slamming it with a compressor and then a limiter. It looks like it's doing a whole lot, but it's really just taking the DI and making it sound almost kind of like how I would just want a DI to sound starting out. So that was like the pre-processing that I did that I knew I was going to have on it regardless. So I was like, let me just print it, and then all these
print it and run it through all that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So after I did that, there is a sub track, which is literally just
a
sub
low pass or a high pass.
Yeah, just getting the lows in there, so I could probably isolate all these individual ones.
Oh yeah. See, so that rumble there, that's what I like my live sound to sound like too.
Mm-hmm.
That was like, to me, that is like the original bass tone that I like to play with.
And I think I did a trick to make based on something. We'll talk about that later.
Okay. Just so everyone knows, I record everything in Reaper and send it to Marcus that way, and then he converts it however that works in Cubase. If you're watching this, you probably understand how that works, but I don't use Cubase, so all this is like a fresh look for me. But yeah, so
it's all the same.
Yeah, it's all the same. So how did you decide what the bass should sound like?
Well, I did want it to sound kind of Tool-esque, so that sub track is literally just to have like a consistent filled out bottom end.
Okay,
and then there is I think I must have experimented with a different type of bass amp, because it's called Bass Eden WT800, which is like this, let's see what I did. If it'll pop up. Oh, there's the spinning wheel of death.
We're not going to cut this out. So.
There we go. All right. And the GUI is wigging out, so that's cool. Why is it zoomed in like this? Well, spoiler, it's an Eden type of bass amp.
Okay.
I just thought it sounded cool.
And what'd you do with you boosted the low end, a little boost on the mids and the highs?
Yeah, so I don't know what this enhance knob does. I guess it enhances the bass and makes it sound cooler. That's at 6.7.
Is that like a presence knob or something?
I think I literally bought this and then I just experimented with it. I think this like does like a crazy boost, and then I'm compensating with that crazy boost with all this drop in the bass right here.
Oh, okay.
But before the amp, there is nothing. I don't know why this is on here. So that's
just in case.
That doesn't need to be on there. Also, while I'm doing this, because I'm going to be like messing with stuff, and I see people do this all the time in little mix breakdowns, is they take the actual session and they mess around with knobs. I'm gonna make a new session in case I break something.
Yeah.
So let's I don't know, let's call this mix review or something like that.
Cool.
So now I can like mess with stuff and it'll not screw up, like I just did there. All right, so that's doing nothing. So I don't know why that's there. Maybe I was just messing around. But most of the stuff we can kind of play because it's all live. So let's see what it's doing.
So we're adding all that back in right now, yeah.
So that's just the bass processed with all that stuff prior. It's also going through this chain too. So let me not turn it off completely, but let me bypass. Let's just do that. That'll be quicker. Okay, so that's the bass as is.
Oh, really?
Dry.
I like the tone already. And
yeah.
Just for reference, that's a PV milestone and drop D, I believe.
Yeah, so I just wanted some more presence, and then I wanted just a more ampy tone.
Okay. So yeah, it just adds a little.
That's all it's doing.
It's got something to it.
It's got like it's this Eden amp, which is cool, and then it has like this built-in cab simulation with like a 115 and a 410, and then I don't know what I think that's like the direct amp. So I think I literally this was on sale, and I was like, those amps are cool. Let me experiment with it. And then after that, we're cutting all the lows because we have that sub track.
Oh yeah,
which is taking up all this. So I just wanted the mid range from it essentially. So that's all it's doing.
Yeah, which was I think important for the tone.
Yeah. And then a limiter just to keep everybody in check.
And then that limiter is going. That's on the master bus for the bass tracks, or however you set it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's essentially just making it louder.
Yeah.
It's so quiet. And then the last piece is the classic Rat track, which that's what the bassist from Tool.
Yeah, that's what he uses
in his tone. So we can go through that real quick here. So there is some volume, just turning it down for some reason. There is this EQ doing like a reverse Pultec kind of trick. I guess I'm taking out some low lows and bumping some mid lows. And then that is going into this little Rat pedal thing here. Maybe we can... Let's just go through that again. So that was dry. I don't even know what that's doing.
I maybe heard a little rumble there.
Okay. Maybe I bet that's turned down just for the sake of the pedal, just like gain staging into the pedal. So let me turn the pedal on.
Oh, that's very dirty. A lot of crunch.
And then turn this stuff off. Yeah, so that's just there to just kind of shape what's going into the distortion.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, taking out a bunch of lows, a little bit of highs. So just that, like...
I will say the
so
neck
just that, like,
pickup on that bass is way too hot. So you might have had been taking a lot out just because of that.
Yeah. So those tracks are really just there for mid-range. Okay. And that's pretty much it.
And then, so the Hyena laughing track, let's listen to that. What did you...
Let me turn all your bass crap on, by the way.
Yeah.
And then you get the whole thing. I mean, this is like very... Now that I'm looking at this is very excessive. Do you want to go through any of this stuff, or are we...
Well, what do you think is the most important here to get this kind of tone?
The one thing that you mentioned in your last EP, you're like... You had a part that was... It was like played on higher strings, but you're like, I wish there was more sub in it.
Yeah. So,
and I was like,
it faded off. Yeah, it's almost like there wasn't enough presence to it or something. Yeah.
So I have this this is like a re-synthesizer type of bass enhancing thingy. Normally you would use it with this knob, and it'll kind of act like a distortion with more harmonics, but it's actually doing a octave down. So, and I think I have that automated. Like if I look at let me pull the automation up for this track. Yeah. So, or something's being automated here. I don't know. But I think the ambassador sub, or is it ambassador bass? I must have it going through the whole thing. But yeah, it's just basically beefing up the non-existent low end because you're playing it on such a high register that you can't really hear it. So, and then with it off.
Once you get to those higher registers, I'm sure that makes a huge difference.
It's basically it's like an octaver essentially. It's just adding like an extra octave, but okay.
So like I said, I didn't tell Marcus to add like the sample, like the Hyena laugh. But I let him do any kind of thing like that, and then I tell him to take it out or put it back in or whatever. So I'm guessing you just got that off a sample website or something, and then added some effects to it to blend it in.
Yeah, this is the These are all these little purple tracks are the production stuff that I added. It looks like we can just kind of. Do you want to just go through these real quick?
Sure. Let's go through all the production stuff, because this is stuff that's like I didn't have anything to do with this.
Yeah. So these 4 tracks, honestly, are probably just there to add like an atmospheric noise and they all kind of work together.
I hear it. Oh, right. So it's got some rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and almost like a stereo static kind of thing going on.
Yeah. Yeah, so we got like a jungle storm, desert winds, eye of the storm, and so a lot of storm. It's just it's just noise.
Yeah. I love that shit though.
And then the hyena comes in about halfway through that, a couple measures in.
And so what'd you do to that? To the hyena? Is there anything, or it just came like that?
No, this is without. Here, let's solo just the hyena.
That sounds wild.
And that's a good old. I guess I used a lot of cashmere stuff. It's literally just all cashmere stuff.
Okay.
And it's just got a little bit of room on it. A dark hole, and then a little delay tail to give it that like that little.
Yeah. It's funny because like now that I hear it,
and that looks like it's odd. Like, so if you look at the feedback in the mix, it's only coming in on that little last part there.
Yeah.
So, and then put some EQ probably to get rid of some crud. Yeah.
This is why I think it's important just to let the producer cook, because I don't think I would have thought to put this stuff on here.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of empty space here. It's literally just bass and like a little, some like, the drums are insane. Some like little ride clicks here and there, little bell stuff.
Yeah, so let's listen to it once it gets into like the more,
just to give it some more texture.
Yeah, let's listen to like when the other stuff starts coming in, because the intro is like a minute long.
Yeah,
and everything kind of builds into it.
So here, let's go from the laugh.
So did you get inspired by these drums from what I put in or what I told you, or like did you go listen to Tool? And, I did send him some reference tracks to jam.
Yeah, I did. I'm not a drummer by any means, but yeah, I did listen to some Tool stuff and was trying to get in like that weird type of mindset for how he drums.
Yeah, fantastic.
Stuff. I don't know if I have yours to put as a comparison. Although I don't know if you would want to do that anyway.
Well, mine were just very simple. Usually when I write drums, it's the very basic to just play along with to keep me on track.
Yeah, like a metronome.
Which I could do that. I might have a drum track in mind, and for some reason it's throwing me off. So I'll just strip it down to the basics and then send it to Marcus, and he can do the rest of it.
Yeah. All right, are we just jamming
let's jam
the next section?
Yeah, let's listen to it. Let's jam it. So there's the guitar coming in as well. Writing this guitar part, I really was like, okay, how can I like do minimal but create the most impact? Different guitar tracks there, or no, that's just a left and a right, there's no center.
That's a good stopping point.
Yeah, good stopping point. So the guitar tone, how'd you come up with that? I think it's similar to what I sent you in the demo, but I think I used oh man, what? The Archetype? Is that what?
Gojira?
Yeah, I think
that's what I'm using too.
I might have messed with it a little bit, but it was very similar to what they got going on.
Okay, so we have and this is something that you did, and I just like kept it sort of, but just kind of made it my own. You had like a verb/delay rhythm guitar.
Yeah.
And then, so I have like two different sets of tones. One is just like a standard, this top one is just like a standard distorted rhythm with that's like more dry.
Okay.
And then the bottom one here is like a verby kind of thing because it's, not a whole lot of notes are happening. Aside from the chugs, I guess those are, considered notes. But let's see. So one thing that let's just pull up the chain here, the secret chain, which actually doesn't look that secret at all. So let's see. There is, let me do this like one by one. So there's a transient designer, and that's probably to make the pick chugging more pronounced.
Okay.
So that's with it on.
And I'm not a guitar player by any means, so like I'm sure there was a lot Marcus had to like fix. I'm a very sloppy guitar player. I'm a sloppy bass player too. I'm very open. It's like skateboarding. I'm very a loose skateboarder. Like my stance is very goofy.
Yeah, so it kind of just makes it sounds like you picked harder.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it's doing essentially. And then we're going into the good old Gojira.
Yes.
Which
this I'm familiar with.
That's not doing anything. That's not doing anything, which is weird. I usually have like a drive of some sort. So I guess I'm just this is more of like a crunchy type of amp. I don't think this is a 5150. But it's like one of the other variants. So the other option would be this like cleanish amp or the full out
classic tube amp.
The full out metal one, but we're using this, John. I'm going to go back because I have no clue there we go. Hold on. I think we're good there. Okay. So it's just like a crunchy, not super distorted tone.
And when we get into the verses and stuff, do we take away a lot of that echoey kind of delay stuff?
So this one, it looks like I'm using the built-in delay and the reverb. So that's kind of, that's what gives it like that washy type of sound.
Yeah.
And then I guess I'm running through a, what is that? It's like a
broken up speaker kind of thing to give it some texture.
It's a cassette deck is what the middle thingy here is. So that's. Oh, okay. I'm seeing the automation. So like on the tails, I think the tails were too, like that just sounded too upfront and like excessive. So I'm blending in like this cruddy sounding cassette just on the tails, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is crazy how you're creating all this.
So it's it's like full blast, or it's like regular when it's the chugs are happening, but on the tails, it's giving that like this is basically just like filtering it.
Yeah.
That's all it's doing. Just a little bit more creatively than like with an EQ. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah. So the first little vocal piece is the whisper vocal, which was in my mind inspired by Deftones. And actually, I think that this whole song is really inspired just by that line. In meditation, I hear the vibration. She calls to me, longs for me. Come to me, and you'll see. So, like, I think I came up with that, and then literally the whole rest of the song. What did you do with the whisper vocal there? And I want to say, mostly, I think I usually have a whisper vocal underneath all of the vocals, either to keep in as texture or as like a guide track for me when I'm doing the vocals. But I can't remember if I kept a whisper vocal throughout because I wanted this all to be... I wanted all three protagonists in this to be very distinct. So I didn't want to add the same type of texture to all of them. But tell me what you did with the whisper vocal here.
Well, one thing, I don't know if this was an accident, but I don't know if, like, you accidentally said the word in.
In? In. Wait, what?
Like, it's literally just you saying, oh my God, there's like a million things on it.
I just said
so
in?
that's not doing anything.
That's or in?
Yeah, you just said in.
I usually will just keep everything recording.
Yeah, like
Oh, so you know what I probably did?
here's the whole. I still have like the OG audios. Well, I kind of mess with the tail and stuff, but I think what that definitely wasn't intended, but
Yeah.
I will hear stuff like that and I'll be like, let me add it and then just make it sound cool. So that that essentially just turned into an effect, I think.
Just like a pre intro.
I don't think you can hear it in the
very, very light,
you'd have to really be paying attention, but it just adds like a little like little rhythm to
adds
it.
some rhythm to it. Yeah, that was definitely me just hitting record and then like coming in too soon.
Yeah. Was that what it was?
Probably.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's probably what it is.
Because that's 4. It's like 4 bars before the actual section starts.
Yeah, so that makes sense. So I probably had it recording 4 bars in advance.
There you go.
And then just getting into the zone in those 4 bars and then coming in.
And you didn't cut it out after you hit.
No, I just send you everything.
Just left
brother. I've learned after so my goal here with each EP is to learn and get better with each one. And after the first one, I learned cut nothing out, let Marcus have everything, and then let him have to cut shit out. If
it'll either turn into a blooper or it'll be a part of the song.
Exactly.
But yeah, I love mess ups like this because you can take it and turn it into like a thing or a part of the song that wasn't intended.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's interesting. I like that.
But yeah, it's just covered. It's just, I don't know. I did a bunch of crap to it apparently, but it's just got like probably just like a standard-ish vocal chain, and then it's distorted, and then it's delayed, and then there's a room on it. So that's, yeah, I just turned it into like an effect essentially. It could be, you could replace this with any sound, but it's you accidentally saying the word in, and it sounded cool. So
hell yeah.
And then the actual vocal is this. So what were you asking for the?
So what did you? So to me, this vocal piece right here was inspired by Deftones, but what did you think when you were hearing it? So did I have a bunch of different, a bunch of different layers under that?
Nope.
Because yeah, I think that was just the whisper.
Yep.
Yeah, in my mind, I wanted to be very in front and in their face and personal. Like I wanted to be like right here talking to you, like Key and Peele when they're like in each other's face and they almost kiss kind of thing.
So I'm looking at just like the vocal chain is on all your vocals is probably pretty similar. It's actually probably different on this one because it's a whisper, but it's that same. This is like a Neve style EQ. It's just very like broad and it just sounds good on everything. I'm just bumping up the highs a little bit, and then there's a de-esser because.
And the de-essers take the S out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's literally a de-esser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it takes out like the harshness of it. So if that wasn't there, it would be like all the S's would be like screaming like obnoxiously loud. We got some compression. I'm probably slamming the shit out of it.
In meditation, I hear the vibration. She calls to me, longs for me. Come to me and you'll see.
So recording the whisper vocal, I probably did it a bunch of different times. I want to say I did all the heavy vocals, and then came back and did the whisper. So the whisper had some natural texture to it, you know, because after I do a whole tracking session, my voice is almost gone. I think I liked that better just to give it some grit, some natural
rasp.
grit. Yeah, some rasp.
And then we got a little bit of soothe. This looks like it's doing a bunch of weird. This is basically kind of like it's like a de-harsher. So.
In meditation,
so it's just pulling those frequencies down.
She calls to me, longs for me. Come to me and you'll see.
It's not really. Oh. I need to figure out what that delay is coming from. Because that was automated. I'm trying to turn it off so it's less annoying. But yeah, the soothe's not doing a whole crazy lot. Maybe I just had it on. I have no idea what this is doing. There was apparently some issues here.
Now, is that just with
meditation?
Oh, I know what that. It's this whisper throw. That's what. Let's get rid of that. That'll make it more.
In meditation,
Yeah, there was just like all this like
weirdness.
Yeah, like this weird.
So
it's like room nodes essentially. Where did you record this at?
In my little music room, but it was on my. I got a new laptop since then. My old laptop. When I went to record all the vocals for this, it was so bogged down with everything else. It couldn't handle anything. I hardly could record vocals. So I'm guessing that it was probably dropping and coming back in. I don't know how. I'm not a computer.
There was some clicks and pops that I had to handle, but
I think a lot of that was probably the computer system.
Yeah. For future reference and for anybody that's recording vocals on a not so nice PC, you probably had like a full session with like you probably had all the live MIDI. You probably had that Gojira plugin probably running. That was taking up a lot of resources. So a good strategy to avoid that is to print like a 2-track instrumental of the mix and then record all your vocals in a separate session so that literally the only thing in the session is just the instrumental and it's not being bogged down by a bunch of other crap, and then you just have vocals to worry about, and then you're good. That's a good way to do it, I think, at least. Yeah, so this is basically, that's all just like EQ stuff, cleaning it up. This is distorting it in some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Meditation, I hear the vibration she calls to me.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff seems pretty subtle. A limiter to make it loud, or to shut it up in this case. This snap heap thing, this is like a parallel, this is just room essentially. This is just like an ambience that's filtered in. And then volume for, I think literally you wanted it like a little bit louder.
Yeah.
Or you were like, I think it's at the right level, and then you're like, no, it's fine. Then I was like, let me just bump it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's all that is.
Yeah.
And then it goes into this like crazy whisper throw that only comes in on the end, which has free plugin, by the way, Supermassive, making a supermassive tail. Using that, this is just cranking it up with volume, more reverb. That's probably being mixed in. That's cutting out all the crud.
Is that 100 hertz that you're cutting it all off at? Or 250?
Yeah, like 250-ish. That's getting rid of some crud. This is that's just limiting it, making it contained, and then all that is probably being automated to like swish up, essentially just making like its own swoop in effect. So if we listen to this last little part here.
Calls to me, longs for me. Come to me and you'll see.
Yeah. And that adds to the texture going into the verse.
Basically literally just all that at the end of the word C, and then it kind of swoops out or in or whatever, and then back into it's just like a sweeping effect essentially.
Yeah.
So
let's go into the first verse.
The heavy vox.
The heavy vox. Yeah, heavy vox.
Just in blue in my ear.
Is there just 2 tracks on the verse vox?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, just to label this, I don't know. What do you have it labeled? Oh, King. Did I do that? King 180.
I just kept
King
810.
810. Yeah. Yeah. So, for a reference, if I ever fall off, like, how do I scream? I always go listen to "Kill 'Em All, Kill 'Em All," and then that kind of gets me back into the right, I don't know, area in my voice. But just so everybody knows, this person right here, the king, this verse vocal is, in my mind, like the Antichrist or the devil, or death or whatever. Kind of like the person that is against God and trying to take this person, that whisper vocal, to darker, different place to blame God, and we'll listen to God later in this. But so I just only have 2 tracks on this.
Yeah.
So what's is it just the same kind of type of vocal that I did, or is
I
it?
think so.
Or is one more guttural?
It's all for nothing. Can't believe you stood.
So that's more of a scream and not of a growl.
Yeah, that's more of that's the 810 one.
Yeah.
King 810 style, which is that's a band for anybody that doesn't know. And he's like that band's kind of they're kind of weird, but he's like a very emotional, gritty teeth type of vocalist.
Yes.
And then
It's all for nothing. Can't believe you.
that's more of a growl.
Yeah, that's more of a growl, guttural kind of wetness.
So I think I probably no, they're about the same level. Yeah, one's not more than the other, but together they sound like.
It's all for nothing. Can't believe you stood for something.
So let's just give some contrast here. You know, you've been mixing Seth's vocals for years now.
Mm-hmm.
What's the different process from mine to his? Which Seth is a way more dynamic vocalist.
Yeah.
Than I am. I'm very like I'm doing a take at a time. You know.
I mean, the process isn't too different. I mean, there's not a whole lot of magic to make it like really the vocals just sound like how the vocals sound. What I'm doing, I mean, we can just go through the chain. It's a similar chain to the Whisper, but there's probably some more. Yeah, there's more stuff in here. The Whisper doesn't have like a whole bunch of compression or anything on it. These do, but that's just pretty standard for metal vocals. Mm-hmm. So I've got this like Neve style EQ. It's just cutting out like a bunch of like low mids, boosting some of the lows. I guess I'm cranking the drive. So this has like a preamp built in. Mm-hmm. So I'm cranking the drive on it, which sounds cool. And then a little bit of like high presence, a little bit of presence bump. And then there's another one doing, I guess I wanted some like mids in it for whatever reason. So there's that one, and I guess I just ran out of knobs. Yeah. So I wanted the same one. I could have done it with anything. I do this often depending, this is more like a room correction kind of thing. Cause like, I don't know, we can.
It's all for nothing. Can't believe you stood for something. It's all for nothing.
I'm just on the growl. Let me solo that.
Can't believe you stood for something.
It's just like, yeah, that soloed, it sounds weird, but it's just like it's just a weird resonance that this is dynamically controlling.
Okay.
So it still sounds natural, but like it must have been a little too much. And then after all that EQ stuff, we're going into a distressor, probably slamming it.
It's all for nothing. Can't believe you stood for something.
Yeah, that's just making it more consistent, more aggressive. It's got like a little distortion built in, so that's kind of crudding it up. That's going into more compression, probably slamming it.
It's all for nothing. Can't believe you stood for something.
So once you go past one compression, like, are you doing the first compression to do what compression does? You know, make the louder parts quieter parts louder, and then after that is all other compressions just to add a certain sound or texture to it?
It depends, but yeah, for the most part, this one was probably just to slam it and compress it hard and distort it, and then this one I probably used to make it sound like more spittier. Is usually what I use this one for, because this one has like a slower attack and a faster release. Mm-hmm. This one's used I mean, it's still hitting it pretty hard, but it's used pretty subtly. But just this one's good for adding more of like a spitty type of character. Then we go into a de-esser, same thing, just to take down the S's because those can get kind of harsh. And then I guess the whole vocal was to, like, I just wanted it brighter, but instead of making it brighter, I just took all the
Low end off.
Yeah,
I was
and a lot of the
probably
mids.
very close to the mic.
So I don't know. I'm kind of curious what.
It's all for nothing. Can't believe you stood for.
Yeah, that just kind of evens it out because it was kind of a little too much, like in this whole region, and then I took it down, and then
Probably was close to the mic, so could that be the proximity effect happening?
that's more so like on like the super lows, like
Okay,
this the low mids and the mids region. That's really based on like the room that you're tracking in or the actual mic that you're tracking into.
Okay.
And then distortion, which that it sounds like it's doing a lot, but let's see.
It's all for nothing. Can't believe you stood for.
Yeah, so you can hear that kind of made it more brittle.
It's all for nothing.
Because that's essentially like if you're doing a low cut like that, this would be the equivalent of just doing like a high boost right here. But I did it in the other direction for whatever reason. And then that's going into this distortion just to cruddy it up a little bit.
It's all for nothing. Can't believe you stood for something.
It's also compressing it quite a lot, and it kind of sounds like I'm using it like an overdriven preamp.
That's what I was going to say. It's just it's pushing it a lot harder.
Yeah, because did you record it? What did you record into?
The AT2020 straight into a Focusrite 2i4 Gen 3.
Yeah, so that's a relatively clean preamp. So this is just kind of cruddying it up a little bit, which I don't know. I think is cool.
Yeah, I liked it.
If you don't like gritty vocals, then
then F you.
Yeah.
Holy buckets! All right, let's go to let's go to the chorus, because the chorus is the first time I did the first EP, Empty Smiles, I was just totally experimenting with all the vocals. Like I'm not a vocalist. So here I'm also experimenting with the vocals, but I took a lot of inspiration from Opeth and is it Woods of Ypres? I think it's how it's pronounced. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they have like this kind of vocal like, "Lie to them, can lie to me." It's like I'm sure it's their accent kind of thing, so maybe I'm like culturally appropriating them or something, but
Yeah.
I felt like I could potentially pull that off, so I went with it. I don't know if you took it out or what. I still hear it, but I also had, I think, just like a scream vocal in this as well. Not like a growl, probably, but like just yelling almost. So,
Yeah, there's a whisper.
okay, so the whisper's in there. Yeah.
Lie to them.
Well, do you want to listen to the chorus?
Yeah, let's listen to it whole first.
Okay.
Can lie to me. I have seen your cruelty. All of them can lie to me. I witness brutality.
Yeah, so the scream is very pronounced. I do hear the, I don't know what we want to call it. What did I even name it on there?
So we got the whisper track sounds like this.
Lie to them, can lie to me.
Which is a lot different than the first whispered track sounding. Yeah.
It's like a singy whisper track.
Yeah.
And then we got, you called it Vokes Metallica, or maybe I called it Vokes Metallica. I can't remember.
Is
That
that-
sounds like Metallica.
Okay, yeah, let me hear it.
Lie to them, can lie to me.
Oh, because I'm doing the at the end. Yeah. I was actually thinking about that the other day. I was like, maybe I could just start doing that.
And the Foreigner sounds like.
Oh, okay.
Lie to them, can lie to me.
So,
So some of these are kind of like purposely messed up and warbled. Like if you notice, like some of them say RX, which means there was some recording issues that needed to be.
is that because I can't sing?
Well, that and like little clicks and pops.
Okay,
So,
yes.
A lot of these had to be doctored up quite a bit, but
Which I'm going to blame my computer for
yeah,
that.
blame the.
I mean,
computer.
not that I'm going to be ever singing in tune, because I probably won't be. I'm working on it, but you know how that goes.
So I think I didn't do anything crazy with the actual like these kind of go hand in hand. There is like some distortion on it. I don't know what this is doing. Yeah, it's just. Oh, I didn't mean the full screen. Sorry, full screen Saturn. Just like tube distortion. Once again, trying to simulate screaming into a preamp, which is cool. And then this dude, which is like a effect type of plugin. It's got like this flutter tape, more tube distortion. And then this is like a reverby type of thing. And then it's going into, there was like some weird shit going on right here, and then verb.
So, do you think the whisper vocal is aiding it, or kind of pointless?
Let's see.
Like going forward.
None of them can lie to me.
I mean, it adds like a nice little crispness to it.
Because I guess I'm really just learning how I track vocals to get Derreck Mitchell sound.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I like that stuff. Like, that's used in, I can't remember the band. I feel like that's a Papa Roach thing to do. Like, they'll record, like, layers and layers of whisper tracks, and it just adds, like, it's, like, artificial, even though it's an actual vocalist, it's, like, just adding natural brightness, so you don't have to do that with, like, an EQ or something. And they'll do that on top of all their singing stuff. So,
okay.
And then the Foreigner track, I'm seeing the only thing that I did weird is I bet I took, so I think this middle one was like messed up sounding from the recording, so I just kind of leaned into that.
Okay.
And it's got like this little ring mod thingy and some like chorusing. So
None of them can lie to me.
So that sounds really weird, but if we take that off.
None of them can lie to me.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, there's like some crackles in it, and I was
Yeah.
like, this ring mod thing is basically making it like flutter super fast.
Mm-hmm.
None of them can lie to me.
Yeah, so you're just basically leaning, like you said, you're leaning into it.
And then that's just kind of spreading it out a little bit.
None of them can lie
They're
to
just
me.
adding like a little like woo woo kind of thing.
And I think I did the same technique on all those Foreigner tracks.
I think they're a little bit different, but it's pretty much the same. And then these are just like on the sides.
Yeah, and they were all kind of messed up like that.
None of them can lie to me.
No, the two on the sides were good. So the ones that you can hear clearly on the sides are really good. The one in the middle is kind of crudted up,
Okay.
but I just made it more crudted up and fluttery sounding.
Yeah, so let's listen to it all together one more
and then
time.
the whole John.
Yeah.
None of them can lie to me. I have seen your cruelty. None of them can lie to me.
Yeah, the Foreigners are pretty subtle.
Mm-hmm.
I bet there's a section, or maybe it's probably the same throughout, but they're more subtle for sure. Just because this is like the main
track.
the main center track.
Yeah. So is the guitar tone in the verses different than the intro? Or how did you go about that? Did you just literally turn off which this is the chorus, but did you literally just turn off like the reverb and stuff, and that was it?
That's probably let me move it up here. We're not using this, so these can be ignored. Yeah, it looks like it's the same amp, probably the same cab, same. Yeah, I think I'm literally just turning off the verb, so it's the same tone.
Yeah. So towards the end of the song is the next person that comes in, which I consider like the god or whatever.
There's the chuggy part with the same King 810 Vokes.
Yeah, that's the King 810 Vokes.
Are you talking about the very end breakdown?
Yeah, let's listen to that.
Because a lot of these parts repeat.
Yeah. Yeah, well, a lot of the...
And you totally sang each repeated part, and we didn't just hit copy and paste, right?
I'm gonna be honest with everyone. If you want me to sing every single piece,
you gotta pay
it's
extra.
gonna take months to get that done with the way my voice is. Like I would have to do one track for one section, wait a couple days, and do the next.
Bro, you gotta work on that.
It just goes, yeah, I know. Well, that was my whole idea was to get all the music done, and then practice the vocals, and then track all the vocals. That way my voice was as good as it could be at the moment.
What do you think Metallica's doing whenever they tour the world, like 20 or 200 days out of the year?
It's the roughness that it's the not the King 180 as much as like the ground that kills it out.
Yeah.
But in the I guess you want to call it the breakdown of the
That's
outro.
what I called it. Yeah.
There's a bunch of different vocals. I don't know which ones you kept. What did you name all of those?
Probably kept them all.
Because I think I made one Wet Teeth. Yeah, Wet Teeth, which I really tried to get my teeth wet and like screamed through them. And then also I had like this fake inhale kind of thing I did. So let's listen to it all, and then let's see what we did there for the vocals.
I think it might be cool to have like there's like some cool production stuff going into that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Maybe like a little before that, the Tool part going into it.
Yeah. So obviously the bass and the guitar are doing two different things here.
You don't know when to stop. You just keep pushing on and on. You should know by now. You fight the truth in vain alone.
And obviously here the vocals are a lot different than the chorus and the verses because they're a lot more rhythmic and less sing-songy, but not like rhythmic as it's syncopated. Yeah. I really wanted this to be a lot different than the rest of it.
So I think the main one is probably okay. So yeah, that's the whole. This is also something that I don't ever do. Like you had all these different vocal parts, and normally I'll just have like a lead vocal bus and then like a background vocal bus, and then whatever the lead vocal is that's down the middle, that will go to that, and it's usually it's either a single track or like doubled, and then any background layers that are panned differently, that'll go to a background track. But for yours, it made more sense to do I have a bus for the bridge, and I have a bus for the chorus, and I have a bus for the like the intro whisper stuff, which made more sense because it was like
they're all different.
Yeah. So having the processing all the same was kind of annoying, so I split it all up, and it just keeps it more organized. So, but I think the main one is let me listen to it.
You don't know when to stop. You just keep pushing on and on. You should know by now. You fight the truth in vain alone.
Okay, so the vocal teeth track is off. I don't know if that is on purpose. Maybe I just didn't want them in there. Let me see.
Don't know when to stop. You just
I bet I took it out.
on and on.
Yeah, I told Marcus to take out whatever. So
You don't know when to stop. You just keep
I
pushing.
probably just left them out because it was just too much. But
Yeah.
I did leave the inhales because I don't know. I feel like you liked that section, but they are like super distorted and very messed up in a way. Yeah, it's got like this will be fun to go through. It's got distortion, it's got OTT, which if you know, you know. If you don't, then you don't. It's just that mid-range section. Well, so here's what they sound like without any like fun stuff on it, aside from the normal vocal processing, which is pretty much the same as all the other ones, it looks like. And you can't hear anything for some reason because why can't we hear anything?
that one's gone, son.
I think I broke it. See, this is why I saved a new session because it was gonna break. I bet it's OTT screwing it up because this is kind of buggy. Nope. Does it only come in on a certain part?
You should. You don't know when to.
Why is it? Oh, I know why it's doing. Okay, so I know why it's doing that. It's being sidechained from the vocal speaking track.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it stopped playing, is because it was expecting that. Maybe if I just turn this down. There we go.
Which sounds very demonic.
Yeah, so I just completely destroyed this. Let me turn this off now. Okay, so
Dude, still so demonic.
Yeah. I don't think. Yeah. So I bet Okay, yeah. So it's down 2 octaves. That
Okay.
was the first thing. So this is sort of kind of what it sounds like plain.
You don't know when to stop, you guys.
Which is kind of silly.
So if you don't know, I did it like, oh no, like I don't know if that's how people do inhales really, but no.
So I was like, let's just make him sound like Satan.
Yes, which is the idea of like what I wanted the almighty being to come through as.
Yeah, so down 2 octaves.
It sounds like it's reversed.
Yeah, it sounds
almost,
like a monster is being suffocated to death.
I like it.
And then we've got some decapitator distorting it. And we've got some OTT probably destroying it even more. And it's like ear piercing, so that's probably just yeah, that's just this is getting rid of all the like all the painful stuff.
Have you ever watched The Fourth Kind when that lady's possessed? This is what it reminds me of.
Yeah. This thing is adding white noise to it. Yeah, so I'm essentially just turning it into noise. That's really all it's doing. And I think that's why I had this is being sidechained so that like when you're the speaking vocal is going, it's basing the white noise, it's triggering off of that so that it's like in line with the vocal. Otherwise it would just be like a texture all the way through. And then more filtering, just focusing in on the mid-range. And then a gate. That's also, so that's being sidechained off of the main vocal. So yeah, it's literally just turned into a texture track. Mm-hmm. And then if I turn that back down, I think it was like -10. And then this needs to go back up to 0 probably.
You don't know when to stop, you just keep pushing on and
Yeah, it's just like an extra layer of
So like listening
crud.
to all this in isolation sounds totally different than like in the mix.
Oh yeah, it sounds ridiculous.
What other tracks did I have on there? So we did the inhale. I've got multiple wet teeth growls.
Yeah, I didn't use those though.
Oh, okay.
So those were down for whatever reason. I think that's
that was me literally having it on like repeat recording or whatever.
Yeah.
And me just going crazy, trying different things. La, 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 la. I'm not a vocalist, so I'm still like experimenting with what can I make my voice do, figuring that out, sending it to Marcus, and then after it comes out, figuring out what sounds good.
Yeah.
I don't want to decide what sounds good before it's out, personally. Because it's kind of hit, like we were talking before we started recording, that keeping tracks is like part of history, but so is like putting it out. Mm-hmm. And then I can look back and be like, you know what, I don't like this part. And I can say that about the first EP. Some stuff on there that I don't like, I would do different, but I'm not going to go back and change it. That is what it is.
A lot of people, they'll release music, or they'll just like sit on music and not release it, and it's like just release it. Like, who cares?
Yeah,
it's never gonna.
Exactly.
It's never going to be done. It's just, I can't remember the quote or who said it, but it was like, a song's never finished. It's just I don't know. I can't. It's basically just like it's a state that it's currently in. So just let the world hear it.
Yeah. Yeah. Let the person that covers it change it. You know.
Yeah.
I would love people to cover my other songs.
So that's
So is there any production things going on that we haven't talked about that maybe would be interesting to hear?
I don't know. That flute that I added, I kind of like that little.
That. Yeah.
It kind of goes with the guitar lead.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's one thing. I thought everything that you added in fit perfectly with the song.
Yeah, it's kind of just like an extension of the guitar.
I love that. I love that.
Some like not Italian, Aladdin.
Bro, we could have that higher in the mix. I was, yeah.
And it looks like one track is like where it was at, like it actually fit with the key of the song, I think. And if not, I don't care. It sounded cool. And then one's an octave lower, it looks like. And it's just got some verb and some basic processing on it just to kind of fit it in. Nothing crazy. Some other, the other things are maybe like these, like there's like some sweep tracks which kind of help transition into the sections. Or if you take those out, like it doesn't sound bad, it just sounds like
Yeah.
like it's very like a lot of this stuff is like super subtle, but like if you, I don't know, we can solo just the little sweeps here. So it's just like making it more cinematic and helps it transition.
That's what it reminded me of. It was very cinematic.
Like if you take it out, it doesn't. It's not like a deal breaker, but you're like it's missing something. This breath track was kind of cool. I think I just found like a rhythm that I liked. Yeah, so you probably can barely hear that. So like stuff like that's like very it's almost inaudible, but I think I probably added it during one of these parts.
I can see how that goes good here.
Like, but it's way lower in volume. If it'll go.
Yeah, you can barely.
It's kind of
acting.
It's kind of acting like a hi-hat that's on the quarter note. That's probably what I wanted there. And then I was like, oh, that'll sound cool if I add it in like the quieter parts. So it's just like repeating in the tool parts is what I called it. Other than that, I don't think there's any bass drops in here actually. The only sub boomy stuff is coming from these transitions. I think this one was kind of cool. Like stuff like that. Yeah, just like cinematic impacts. Nothing too crazy. There's like just sweeps and hits. The ambience kind of goes in and out. Like a couple of these tracks are throughout the whole thing. These are through. Yeah, so just adds more. Helps the transitions. Adds some adds like a nice little bed of ambience, but it turns off when you just want to focus on like just the bass or just the heavy stuff or just whatever. So yeah.
So I ask Marcus this every time I send him something. He sends me back, and after it's all said and done, what could I do better next time? So let's make this one a little broader. Compared to this track that I sent you, if somebody wanted to send you something, what is something they could do better than what I did today, or what I can do better next time to make the process easier for you?
Definitely when you're recording, make sure there's no like clicks and pops.
Yeah.
Or like weird noises going on.
You can be out of tune though.
Don't be. Yeah. Make sure your instruments are in tune.
Yeah. Instruments are in tune. Probably singing tune, which I'll try to make that happen for you, buddy. If we do the acoustic song off the CP, we'll get more into that, because that's where it's very obvious. But it is what it is. All right, guys. Well, I think that unless Marcus has anything else to say about it, this is the behind the scenes mix for Lie to Me off of my EP Mighty Lies, coming out on the 17th, which is, if you're watching this, you're probably watching it today, which is when it's out.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys in the next video. This is Bass Clef Derreck and Marcus Stone of Stone Studios. Peace.
Peace.